Here we are with my old friend, colleague and Hall of Famer, Steve Flink, sorry, I mean tonight, what I'm saying. Friday night, Djokovic wasn't that bad. He wasn't feeling too bad. What do you think? He won in 3 straight sets versus Kudla, and, you know, there were a lot of doubts before.
I think there's still some doubts. I think he was happy with the way he served. He never lost his serve. He saved 7 break points across the 3 sets. That was the big difference between the two, and he looked pretty good off the ground. His forehand, he was hitting beautifully. I didn't feel like the backhand was at its best.
Okay.
That there were times he couldn't hit it as hard as he went. He used a lot of backhand slices. I wondered sometimes if that was because he's trying to protect the shoulder. I don't think it was terrible. I just don't think he's yet 100%. That's how I saw the match.
Yeah, well, at least now he has 2 days more to rest. I mean, 1 day enough, at least.
And I think he, in the back of his mind, he always felt like he didn't need to be 100% against Kudla, but he will feel he needs to be much closer to 100% against Stan Wawrinka in the next round.
Especially since, if he remembers that he lost to him the final here in 2016.
And lost to him in the final of the French Open in 2015, and lost to him in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open in 2014. So 3 straight years Stan beat him at a major championship. On the other hand, Djokovic has the clear overall edge in the rivalry.
Yes, you're right. And then today somebody was asking and reminding Wawrinka of his 2 wins versus Djokovic, and he said, no, they were 3.
And they were all very important, and he won them all from a set down, which is even more remarkable because nobody in the Open era has a better record after winning the first set than Novak Djokovic. Not just best of 3, but best of 3 and best of 5 combined. So that was a great achievement from Stan. But I do think if Novak is feeling close to his best for that match, that right now he would beat him, because I don't think Stan is quite the player that he was then.
Maybe not, but today I saw Wawrinka beating Lorenz in 3 straight sets. They were very tough, but every time that Wawrinka needed a good serve, he did. His percentage, his first serve percentage was not that big, but in the important points, in the tiebreakers, when there was a break point, he was always either acing or making a first serve in very efficient, winning serve.
Let me ask you this. Who would win? The Ubaldo Scanagatta of 1976 or Lorenzi of 2019? I think you would win in 5 seconds.
No, don't worry. No, I wish. Dreaming, maybe.
No, but you're right. Stan, on the big points, he did. You're right about that. He served well under pressure, and he managed to pull out those tiebreakers. But he had to work hard, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like since his knee operations, that he's quite as strong and overpowering as he was before then. He's still great.
Yeah, but even before, sometimes he was losing in minor events, but then when it was really important, like a final of a slam or so on, he was producing his best. So he's someone that has some kind of mindset.
You're right, and that makes him dangerous. Djokovic, of course, is keenly aware of that. He knows it.
Sure.
So he knows he better be near the top of his game, and be fully ready for Stan to win that match.
Yeah, while Roger Federer didn't have any problem at all after he had lost the first set in the first 2 rounds, then today easily won versus Evans, 6-2, 6-2, 6-1, and Evans wasn't too happy about the fact that he didn't have many hours of rest. He said, I finished to play at 6 o'clock, and and Federer had the advantage of the day off.
But in turn, I think that Evans, his disposition was not very good. He was too irritable. He was talking to the people in his corner. He was all agitated. And when Roger Federer sees that, you're just giving away the fact that you don't think you can win the match. And that's what came through to me.
Sure. So quick look to what will happen on Saturday. There is a big waiting, our expectation for Osaka Gauff. Is Gauff going to create problems to Osaka or not?
I think she'll definitely create problems. Will she win? It still would give Osaka the edge to win, but I see it probably going 3 sets. I see a really hard-fought match. Osaka has not been the same player since she won here last year and then went to Australia and won at the start of this year.
Correct.
She's still trying to get back to that level, but she's getting closer. But this will be a pressure match for her, Ubaldo, and
Yeah.
Ralph will not be scared of her at all.
Yeah, you're right. I'm curious to see what Townsend will do against Cirstea, because
Yes,
Townsend has
yes.
to confirm what she did in the previous round
Yeah,
versus
I
Halep.
I hope for her sake she does. She came in here at 116 in the world. If she can win that match, it's going to really help her to make a significant climb in the rankings, and that would be nice for Taylor Townsend.
Okay, what about Rublev and Kyrgios?
Well, I think Rublev has the game to really trouble him, and it reminds me a bit of Khachanov, who played him in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That he has the game. Can he deal with all of Nick's histrionics, or will there be histrionics? We don't know.
Well, almost
but
for
I think
sure.
that could be a great match. He's coming off a nice win, Rublev. He beat Tsitsipas, and he beat Federer in Cincinnati. So he's starting to do really well against the big players now, playing some of the best tennis of his career. So I expect that to be very close against Nick. To me, it has the feel of a 5-set match one way or another.
All right, and then there is a Giants duel, Isner versus Cilic.
I'm going with Isner. I don't like the way Cilic is playing right now.
Yeah, I do agree.
You?
No, I do agree with you.
Which means Isner will lose.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Anyway, look, we will have an interesting weekend, that's for sure.
Oh, it's going to be a great weekend. Looking forward to all of it.
And I look forward to seeing Steve Flink again in front of this camera. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.